If you want to know what's really going on inside a local economy, you can't just look at the national headlines. Today, we're getting boots on the ground intel directly from the business community in Wasilla, Alaska, and it's all thanks to a new survey from their Chamber of Commerce. So let's dive in and see what the data actually tells us about the pulse of local business there.
This is the big question, right? What are the real day-to-day pressures? What are the big picture worries for the folks who are running the shops, providing the services, and creating the jobs? Well, this survey tried to get to the bottom of it. And let me tell you, the answers are pretty revealing.
First up, let's talk about the headwinds, the biggest challenges that businesses say are holding them back right now. Okay, so the results come in and they paint a really clear picture. You've got things like energy costs, transportation, and regulations all tied to significant concerns, each of them cited by 15% of businesses. But man, there is one issue that just blows everything else out of the water. Yeah, 28%. Over a quarter of all business owners pointed to this one single issue as their main barrier. To put that in perspective, that makes it nearly twice as big a deal as any other challenge they're facing.
And here's what it is, just finding people. The number one challenge isn't a lack of customers, it's not a lack of capital, it's a critical shortage of available workers. For any local economy that's trying to grow, that is a huge, huge problem.
And this quote right here, from someone who actually took the survey, really puts a human face on that 28%. You can just feel the frustration in that, right? It's not just some abstract number. It's a daily struggle dealing with a shallow employee pool. All right, so we know the problems, but what about the solutions? The survey also asked businesses what they want their lawmakers to focus on. So here's their legislative wish list. And it's probably no surprise that what they want from lawmakers lines up almost perfectly with those challenges. They're asking for action on the big stuff. Stable state finances, better education and workforce development, which makes total sense given the labor shortage, and of course, improvements to infrastructure and healthcare costs. And check this out. This response shows you just how detailed this feedback is. This isn't just a vague complaint about healthcare being too expensive. No, this person is proposing a specific market-based solution, the Right to Shop Act. It just goes to show these business owners are paying close attention and they have real, concrete ideas for how to make things better. Okay, so all of this naturally leads to the next question. What's the role of the Chamber of Commerce in all this? With all these problems and potential solutions on the table, what do businesses really need from their local advocacy group? What's so striking here is how balanced the answers are. Look at that. It's almost a three-way tie. There's not one single thing they want. It's like they see the Chamber's job as a three-legged stool. Keep us informed with legislative updates, make our voice louder by partnering with others, and give us a seat at the table by hosting forums with officials. So the message couldn't be clearer, right? They don't want a passive group. They want an active partner, one that informs them, unites them, and connects them to the people who make the decisions. It's all about communication, collaboration, and connection. Okay, so we've got the problems, we've got the potential solutions, and we know what the chamber should be doing. But here's where we hit a snag, a really critical tension. It's what I'm calling the advocacy engagement gap. In this next number, wow, this one reveals a huge paradox. 44%, nearly half of everyone who responded. This right here is the key to understanding why actually fixing all those problems we just talked about is so darn difficult. And here it is, the big paradox. The number one reason business owners can't get more involved in fighting for change is because they're too busy, running their businesses. The very people who need the help the most are the ones with the absolute least amount of time to go out and ask for it. And it's not just about time either. Another big chunk, 22%, feel like they just don't understand how the whole legislative process works. And then almost 20% feel like their voice won't make a difference anyway. So you've got this powerful combination, right? People are overworked, they feel like the system is too complicated, and on top of all that, they're not even sure their voice matters. So where does that leave us? What's the big takeaway from all this? Let's connect the dots and see what this survey really tells us about what's next for Wasilla's business community. This right here is the core tension of the whole survey. On one side, you have these crystal clear needs. They need workers, they need lower costs, they need better infrastructure. But on the other side, the ability to actually do something about it is hamstrung by the day-to-day grind. There's no time, the process is confusing, and there's this lingering doubt about whether it's even worth it. And I want to leave you with this last thought. It's another direct quote from the survey, and it really forces us to look beyond today's problems. It's a fantastic question about the future, about growth, diversity, and whether the community is truly prepared. So maybe the real takeaway here isn't just about fixing what's broken today, but about getting ready for the challenges and the opportunities that are coming tomorrow.